Hi everyone, my name is Matt and today we're going to learn how to skate. Now, to do this, we're going to test the theory by Josh Kaufman, who says that it only takes 20 hours to learn any skill you want. Now, we're going to do just that and test that, but first, let's break down what it takes to learn how to skate. Before we go ahead, I'm going to set a few goals to understand what exactly I'll be practicing in the next 20 hours. Starting first with the ollie, which is one of the basics, essentially jumping on a skateboard. Can't really move on to more advanced stuff without it. Second, we'll try to do it in motion so that I can jump onto and over things. This takes a bit different balance, so it definitely has a learning curve, so I added it onto the list. Next, we'll try to drop in a ramp, another basic for the park. It will help me gain speed and also be a challenge to get rid of the fear of riding down something nearly vertical. Finally, we get to some tricks. As the first challenge, we'll be learning to kickflip. Not the easiest trick to begin with, but one I always wanted to learn, and it's just pretty cool. For the last one, if time permits, we'll try to do a grind or a slide, either on a rail or a ledge. Once I finally got to the park, it was time to start practicing. As it turned out, the park had an intro session for new skaters, so I signed up to see what they could teach me. Needless to say, the beginnings were quite tough, but this kid over here was absolutely crazy.
Don't knock me about now. Don't tell me that you can't do it and you can. I know you can. Put your foot straight. Put your arm out. Slowly. Go. What's he talking about? Look at that. Skills pay the bills.
So as these kids were zooming around, I was barely learning how to ride up a ramp itself. But after some practice, I finally managed to get up and down and even do a kind of a revert. Finally, about an hour later, I try another stab at ollies.
Yes! Hey! You got this before. That's good.
And I finally figure out how to stay on the board and land. Since I was quite happy with my sketchy ollie, it was time to learn how to drop in, starting from quite a flat ramp. And surprisingly, about an hour in, once I got rid of the fear, I finally did it. Now, let's try and do this 3 times in a row, prove the point. So I screwed up my counting here a bit and I only did 2 in a row, but I think I got it anyway. Besides, I was getting bored with it because I was doing it for like an hour or so. Anyway, it was time to start trying ollies while rolling. Now to keep track, we're gonna learn how to jump over this board. See if I could do it. I did it! So at that point I was really happy with myself, but before we get on to chase, I really had to jump over more than the small boards. Hello. What do you want to say?
Hello.
Hello. That's a great thing to say. Amazing. Well, since my obstacle was completely obliterated, I decided to get back into jumping in. So, after trying and failing for like an hour or so, I decided to look for something else. So I found this ramp which is slightly bent, so it's kind of a halfway stop. So halfway through, this young guy shows up and gives me some tips on how to land this. And it works. It was finally time to try 3 times in a row. Yes. I did it down the middle. So before moving on to more advanced things, I decided to get my stationary ollies a bit higher. And then finally, I tried to get some height of ollies while rolling. And that's Tower 10. Oh yeah. Welcome back everyone, and that is it for this video. Now, in the first 10 hours, we managed to learn how to drop in, how to ollie, and how to ollie while rolling. Now, that is the first 10 hours, and in the final 20, we'll be learning how to kickflip and do some rails, whether it be slides or grinds. So, let me know what you think in the comments, give me some feedback, more than happy to take it, and then leave a subscribe if you want to find out more, and I'll see you in the next one.